We have been doing markets for nearly 2 years now, and so we thought it'd be a good little insight to show you the day in the life of a market seller at school, which we did a few weeks ago. And so we can look back at it and go too, oh yes, I forgot about those good tips there. I am Annalise. I created the Emotional Support Buddy, which is illustrated and designed by me based off my lived experience with anxiety. And I hope you enjoy seeing our little day in the life of a market seller.
We're all grainy in the dark.
I think it can tell that. So we're in the car. That doesn't look that dark. Ready to go to our market today. It's raining.
Yes.
And
So we're glad we're indoors.
exactly. So let's see how we go.
Yes.
It's a Mother's Day stall too. So I don't know
Yeah.
how.
Because it's Mother's Day tomorrow.
Yeah.
Wah, wah.
Today we were lucky because we got a car park right out the front, which is always helpful because you don't get as exhausted trying to lug your stuff to and from the car in the morning and then put it back in the afternoon. But when we first got there, we thought we were in an auditorium that was only accessible via stairs, so we were panicking a bit because we had all our trolleys, which are on wheels. But then Mum found out that there was an alternative entryway. They had to walk outside and down a ramp and everywhere, but we were able to get in with all our trolleys, so the panic was not necessary. We were told that our spaces were 2 by 2 meters, but then when we got there, they were 3 by 3 meters, which was very exciting because we had so much extra space. So we could have our plush buddies off the side and have our tote bag rack there as a blockade because people kept trying to use it as a walkway all day because there was extra space there. But we went, no, this is our spot. You can't walk through here. The floor plan had changed because of the rain, so I think we stayed in our original spot, but our neighbour got moved up behind a wall and very far away. I had to go. I was specifically looking for her and I couldn't find her, and I had to go wandering around to find her, but everything got moved to indoors instead of outdoors, which is good that they had they were able to do that, because otherwise you get all wet and rained on. It's not a very fun day. And usually at school fetes or school events we get put next to fidget spinners and the cheap toys and all those sorts of things, which is a bit demoralizing because kids and parents seem to prefer buying that stuff because you get 5 things for $2 or something like that, so they'd rather spend their more value for money on that sort of stuff than our products that we designed and created and put a lot of time and effort into that cost more. So it's a bit demoralizing, but that was good this time that we weren't next to those people, because then the people will see the good value in our products and our things. And we had specifically chosen, because you were able to choose whether you were an indoor vendor or an outdoor vendor, so we had chosen specifically to be indoors to avoid that chance of being next to the fidget spinner cheap toy people, which is good, because the lady next to us got moved very far away, which I don't understand why, because they could have still fit in that hall. But anyway, the person who was supposed to be our neighbour got moved very far away, and it was hard to find them, and I was intentionally looking for them and I couldn't find them. I think at 11ish or halfway through the day they ended up all moving into the same hall where we were, which was good for them, because then they were getting foot traffic and they weren't out in the rain. It was a bit quiet starting out in the day, so there wasn't much of a vibe there, but then they started doing school performances like band and choir and that sort of stuff, and then the atmosphere sort of picked up, and the hair braid people were one of the people that were off in the wilderness that got moved into the same hall as us, and they brought their own music, which was good as well. Because often if you're at markets and there isn't music or there isn't activities happening, it can feel very dull and boring and the day feels like it drags on. But when there is atmosphere and sound and energy being pumped into the atmosphere, then it feels more lively, and people seem to be like in a better mood and more happy to buy things.
Lots of lookers.
How's it been, guys?
Boring. It's been slow. I had time to put on some nails though. And I got some disappointing fried rice and spring rolls. I got bubble tea. And we finally got the Wi-Fi to work, because it hasn't been working, but we're connected to the school Wi-Fi now, so that's been helpful. Yeah.
And also a good thing that happened today was, unfortunately it happened just after I'd gone and bought my lunch, but some of the food vendors came around and were taking lunch orders for people, because it can often be hard to get away from your table, especially if you're there by yourself. So it was good that they came and took orders, and then I assumed they were delivering it to the tables too, but I had already got my food, so I didn't get to give the good delivery order system. It's very helpful, because when you buy yourself, you have to either bring your own food, not eat, or get a neighbour to mind your table while you're gone, and then you can miss out on sales, and the lines are often really long, so it takes forever. So that's very helpful. The people who were next to us today was supposed to be outside, but they ended up being moved inside, and they were selling, I think, Invisalign stuff, but they had a spinning wheel which they were giving away free things. So then people kept thinking that our spinning wheel was to give away free stuff, but no, our spinning wheel's to help with decision paralysis and to help you decide which buddy you want. So that was a bit of a predicament, having to explain, no, it's not for free, please don't take our stuff. Our shirts seemed to do their job today, because we saw, we heard a lot of people reading them out as we were walking past and going, oh, emotional support buddies. And two girls who were volunteering at the day came and saw it and went, oh yes, I need to see this because of the shirt, they look cool. And one of the people who were there, I think she was selling cupcakes, also saw our shirt. Oh, I have to go find that store because their shirts look good.
This is always a good indicator, if it's a good market, how early the cookies come out. Annalise is over there with a bubble tea, and I am. It is what time?
10:40. 10:17. Not even that.
So we've been here an hour and a half. Have we had any sales? No. Any interest? No. It's very exciting, but I'll eat a cookie. How many sales have you done?
Seven card ones.
Later on in the day, there was a beautiful broccoli fairy, as we called her, who was supposed to be on stilts, but she wasn't because it was raining, and for safety reasons she wasn't on stilts anymore. But she was a beautiful, pretty green fairy lady, and she came and stopped at the table for a while, and I had a good chat with her about cosplay and how her outfit worked, which I got all the good secret insights into how her costume worked, which is secrets.
What just happened?
The donuts fell. I'm keeping them safe.
How was your day?
It was alright.
It's not raining.
No, it's not raining.
We're done now. I saved the donuts and we did some quality assurance and made sure they were tasty still.
Yes.
What do you think?
Yes, it was very good. Because I've never seen Annalise run that fast. If it was me, she wouldn't have come to save me if I fell off the trolley. Ah, donuts!
We had to make sure the donuts were safe. They're very precious cargo.
Definitely. Especially when you get them on sale.
Yeah, special bargain donuts.
So what was good about today?
That we were inside.
Yes.
And I got to buy some good nails.
Yes.
And I got a bubble tea.
It was very slow the first 3 hours, and then we got busy after that, so that was good. It was good we were indoors.
And I had a good behind neighbour.
Yes, and we met some new people. Someone forgot their stuff, so I had to go chase them. And it's not raining. It wasn't raining when we were packing into the car. It's raining now, so that's good.
So we made it in there good.
And then tell them about the little girl. She came and I think she bought 4 buddies, and so she was looking at a lanyard. So I said to her, "Oh, you can have that one because you've been our best customer of the day." And I said, "I'll go tell your mum," which wasn't her mum. I don't know who it was.
Yeah. So they know you haven't stolen.
They haven't stolen it. And then her friends all came back saying, "Can we get something for free?" I said, "No, you have to be our best customer of the day." So she wanted more. I said, "No, you got to wait for next time."
Can't just have free stuff everywhere.
That's good. So that was a good thing. And then the other little girl that was talking to you.
There's a little girl, and she had a little squeezy toy thing, and she was there going, "I love this stuff. I love axolotls." And she was feeling the table, and she went, "I love this table. It feels like grass." And then I was talking to her, and she wanted to get a plushie keychain, but then her dad and her granddad said, "No, there's too. You have too many. You already got us 2 squeezy toys, and you already have 50 million keychains, so you can't have a keychain." And then she was standing there talking to me for ages, and she went, "I like talking to you. I don't want to stop talking to you." But she was talking really quietly, so I couldn't hear what she was saying half the time. So I was going, great. But she was my best friend because I had.
But that's good that someone, and we had a lot of shy kids come in today. I scared the first one this morning.
Yeah, you did.
I'm sorry.
And I complimented someone on their raincoat, and they ran away.
Yeah. But there was a lot of anxious kids there today, so that was good that we could help them, and a lot of kids buying stuff on purpose for the purpose that we get them with, and understood that as well. So that's good, isn't it? Heartwarming.
And we learned that Mummy is old and ancient because she's 40.
Older than 40, but yes. These people were talking about how someone they knew is 47 and how old that was and how they wouldn't understand anything telling me that. So I just thought that was funny. Yes, but anyway.
And she understands all the things.
Well, and we weren't going to take our Pride stuff because it was a Christian school.
And we were worried that we weren't allowed that there.
So someone did comment that that was like an outside person that used to go there.
Yeah.
I think. But if they're accepting and loving and all that sort of stuff, then they would accept everyone as they are. So we had them. But I think that was our best selling items
Which normally
today.
it is.
But a lot of them were sort of like, to their friends, can you?
You can go if you want. Go ahead. I'll
meet you at the toilets later, which is totally fine.
Why are we meeting them at the toilet?
Well, I'll meet you somewhere later, but which is good. But they wanted to buy.
Yes, they're good pride things for themselves.
Yes, so that is good. That's it, I think.
My arm hurts. Bye.
We always feel a bit conflicted going to school fairs and school fetes because they're often organised by the parents or by people who don't have experience with markets, and it seems to be the norm with school fetes that they organise it one year and then throw out all the information from that year so they can't reuse it again, which seems like a flawed design. But anyway, this fete was different because it was very well organised and we knew where our spots were, except for the last minute change because of the rain was confusing because we went, this person's meant to be next to us but they're not next to us anymore. But this event was very well organised and we knew who was in charge and who we had to ask for help, and we could find everything easily. And for this one we had to fill out an occupational health and safety thing, which we haven't normally had to fill out. We normally have to show our working with children's check because obviously we're in a place where lots of children will be, but normally we don't have to do an occupational health and safety. Normally I assume that's the market that organisers that do that, so that was a odd different sort of thing. Normally at school fetes too, because it's the parents or the P&C that organise it, they get the prime spots right at the front and sell whatever they're selling, so we get sort of shoved in the back behind a building, but this time we didn't, which was good. And you also don't know what kind of vendors you're going to be next to, because you could be next to someone selling Tupperware or someone doing cheap fidget toys or someone doing crochet stuff or 3D printed stuff, or Invisalign. So it's sort of a jumble mix of stuff, and they don't curate it as much as normal markets or conventions would do. So it's always a bit of a hit or miss, and it depends on the age demographic of schools as well, because a lot of them we've gone to, it's little kids with their pocket money and they come up going, is this for money or is this for free? And I had a little girl once come up and go, oh, how much is this? I went, it's $5. And she went, I only have 20. So you got to be mindful of that stuff, and lots of people coming up and trying to get stuff for free because kids don't have a job to get their own money. So they want to get the free stuff where they can. So we decided to take a risk and try out this school because it was a girls' school, and I made my buddies for me, and I'm a girl, so I market them towards girls. So I thought this would be my target audience. And the school's values and morals seem to align with the values of our business, and we also got recommended by a friend to go there, so we thought we'd try it out. And it was also indoors, so that was a benefit, because if it rains the market gets cancelled. And the one thing I didn't think about before doing markets was, oh yeah, the weather kind of dictates whether you can do the market or not. So now that we've come to the end of the day, I thought I'd share a little more of the behind the scenes that you don't normally get to see. So the table fee for this event was $100, and we woke up at 6ish, and then we got to the actual event at 7:30. The event was from 9 to 4, and then we were out of there by 4:20. So we were there for 9 hours of work, and I got paid, drum roll, $7.80 an hour. Woohoo! And Mum got paid nothing an hour because she gets paid in feedback and compliments. Also, when you look at the square and you see the total, you go, oh yes, I've made this much money. But then you go, oh, you have to minus table fee, food, petrol, our time, so wages, the cost of products, and all the other stuff that's involved with business things. So it's sort of like you get excited and enthusiastic, and then you go, oh, I got to minus all this other stuff out of it. So I haven't really made that much. That's the reality of it. Overall, we had a good day, and we got donuts. That's the best thing. We got bargain donuts. I think I would go to that school again because I had an alright time there, but if the weather was better, it would have been better. Final concluding thoughts: choose your markets wisely. Maybe go to a school fete beforehand to see, oh, this is the kind of stuff that's there. Would I fit in there? Would I not? Which that rule applies to all markets and conventions as well. Go and check it out beforehand to scope it out and see if you might fit in. Make sure you know who your target audience is to be able to find them, because school fetes aren't as curated as regular markets are, so be mindful of that, because you might have to be chasing people up to know, oh, where am I setting up, what am I doing, what's going on. figure out who your age demographic is, because for us we find it easier at high school fetes instead of younger kids, because high schoolers have their own money and are more likely to have a job and be able to make purchases and make their own decisions about what they purchase, whereas little kids with hot hands full of money and pocket money and not understanding how math works to know how to pay for things. You could be next to anybody because they're not as curated. And keep in mind that the things that are associated with the school, like money raising stuff, often get the better foot traffic spots, so you might not be in the best location. The school markets can often be a hit or miss, but when they hit, they're good, and when they're a miss, they're not. Hopefully this information was helpful, and if there's any questions anyone has, please let us know and we're happy to answer. We're happy to just have a chat as well. If you like this content, please consider liking and subscribing, because apparently that's what I need to tell people to do, and I shall see you in the next video. Tell your cat I said hi!